to see the chat.
Welcome everyone to Johnny Fox Live Morning Show. Good morning, Gamergate. This isn't going to be the official title, but just do a Gamergate and it's the fucking morning. So anyway, I'm here with Mornblade and Unvarnished, the Narwhal from Aerith Radio, and they will be joined by Mega Mike whenever he gets his ass over here, but he's being slow. And
It's a school thing, I think.
Busy.
And today we're going to be talking about the one, the only, the legend himself, the most legendary artist of Gamergate history, John Michael Kelly. And we'll be giving a eulogy to him because he's about to get his shit pushed in. So I will let it turn over to Unvarnished and Mornblade, who are going to do the majority of the talking while I just kind of sit here and produce it, more or less.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll share my screen.
Oh, I've got the chat up now.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Can everybody see?
Yes.
Okay, can y'all see this?
Hang on.
Wait, this is like going.
Okay,
I need to mute it.
I'm trying to. Well, I'm such a bad producer. How the hell do I fucking get her to be?
You click on my name. Click on my name, and then I'll be out there. I'll be up.
I'm saying anytime someone talks, it goes away.
Yeah, click on the box. Click on our box.
I got it up.
God damn it.
I'm not used to Hangouts not live.
I should have just done this on my show. I'm just saying.
Did you click on me? Everyone can see it now. So
Yes, everyone can see it now.
Here's the DMs, and if people saw my video, they would know why I'm releasing DMs. Kelly even requested himself that he wanted the full disclosure of the DMs released, and I had other requests for it. So here we are. So I'm gonna start about here because this is where it really gets into it. It's like pretty long. This is over like a couple of days, but you can see John Kelly. I start to see if he will go ahead and call the cops because he thinks a crime has been committed. So that makes sense to me. He knows Twilight's name. He knows where his address. He's got his address. So, you just call the cops. You think that there's a crime being committed. So I'm like, but if what you said was true, no one would care because what you said was true. But if you do and it's not, then what will you do? If you feel your evidence is enough, you seem quite convinced, then why not? If you are confident. And he said the people that gave me notes for my stream with Barlow are the sort of autists that would give a shit if I sneeze. No one would care. And I said, you do know I only got a few notes from people. You can literally Google Var and his docs comes up. But you still didn't answer. Why not? You seem confident. Isn't that your duty to report such things? I did not have anything to lose by cutting off a welfare recipient, to be honest. And I said, there you go. Nothing to lose and all the evidence. Why not then? And he says, what I'm wondering from you is why you would encourage someone to ruin Phil's life. By the way, if Phil showed you his screen, you would know he doesn't have to zoom in to read what is displayed. We already know he's lying due to the blog post, but we also have firsthand experience. Also, Phil told me all he needs to do is state that he is legally bound on his disability benefits and his mom takes a cut of the money. So yes, if I were to report Phil, it would not end well for him. If you have real evidence he is conning the government, then I have no problem with you reporting criminals, shrugs. By the way, this shows your lack of understanding about the welfare system. To get benefits, he would have to state it, but no one could just take random claims. He would have to have medical papers to back it up. If you look at WebMD's legal blindness, it even says people cannot self-diagnose. When filling out any papers for things, you will have to also bring in a lot of things, medical papers along with evidence of who you say you are. You can call your local place and ask them the requirements if you wish. But if you think you have sufficient evidence, go for it. I don't see why you wouldn't want to report. If you're confident in the fact he is a con, then it would be your duty to report any illegal activities to the proper authorities. If you look at WebMD's legal, so he quoted me and they said, what a stupid statement to make, because this is something that's supposed to be a certain way. Or just because there are rules disallowing certain behavior doesn't mean this is how reality operates. This is a quote saying nobody is killed in cold blood because murder is a crime. Okay then, I hope you reported him already. I wouldn't want a con artist stealing from the government if he really isn't legally blind, just as you would any other crime you have witnessed. If Phil were to have benefits taken away, would you want that outcome? If he isn't legally blind, then shrugs. I am just saying, if you know a crime is being committed, you should contact the proper authorities and give them your evidence and report it. So you go on streams and make videos to argue Phil and get free money while also telling me I should report him. Do you not actually believe the things you say? I don't think a crime has occurred. If I did, I would report. You do, and you have your evidence, so I'm wondering why you don't report it. I don't think implies there's a significant doubt in your mind about this. Say you're wrong and Phil's life is ruined. Do you want this for him? You think there has been, I think there has not been, no doubt, don't project. I think you will find I would have little sympathy for actual people scamming the government or scamming people. Have you reported the crime yet? You know, if you don't report, you can be considered just as liable. That's not how the law works, but if you're only conditionally are friends with Phil, it really does say something about you, now doesn't it? Not really. Nice try, though. Everything has condition. If I have a friend and say, for example, they sleep with my boyfriend, should I still be friends with them or question mark? This is nothing new. Everyone has conditions. Actually, in some states, you can be charged for failure to report, but I would also think you would want to report as it is something you are admittedly against, such things, and you are concerned with people abusing the system. Thing is, if or when I report Phil, I'm not disclosing this information because it's not hard to do, nor do I have any reason to not do it besides a sense of pity. You don't understand. Maybe you're correct, though, that such sentimentality is a weakness and I should be more cold-hearted. This took me a while, by the way. I had to try to get him to see if he would report and stuff. If I saw someone commit a crime, I would report it along with my evidence to the proper authorities can handle it from there. You don't have to disclose it, as I am sure it will come to light on its own, as they would have to investigate Twilight. If that never happens, then I would know you never reported. That's a logical leap on your part. Are you discounting the possibility others might be interested in Phil's claims? If he is investigated, then someone reported it. I wouldn't know if it was you or not. That much is true. I would have to assume, perhaps, since you talked about it with me. I would also think you would want to. But if there is never an investigation, then no one has reported. That includes you. Or authorities were not interested in pursuing the report. Would look into it and determine if it needs to be pursued further or not, but they would investigate it. This governs England is supposed to do X on paper, so that's how reality. He made a mistake. He didn't mean to put England or whatever. He meant the government is supposed to do X on paper, so that's how reality operates. Use your brain. The government is not some magic machine that makes everything work perfectly. This is also a sign of liberalism, by the way. I never said the government worked perfectly or anything. A lot of worship of the state. Essentially, the state its institutions take the place of God. LOL, I was confused at first. I was like, I'm not in England. Anyway, they always investigate reports, which is true. If you report crimes, cops will go and check it out. I would know. I had a false report on me before. They ended up showing up at my house and everything. They always look into things. See if there is anything. If they find anything, they will continue the investigation. If you are concerned, report it. It wouldn't be a false report, though, since there's evidence that Phil isn't legally blind. By the way, the fact that he's able to see a computer screen without zooming in means you know I am correct. A legally blind person cannot do that. So answer me this. Outside of the legal issues, does the fact that Phil is lying to you not upset you personally? He even said himself he would not apologize unless he felt pressured. I've apologized to, which he didn't. He just said she hasn't asked. This is referring to a tweet. Phil just said she hasn't asked for my apologies. So, and I don't know. It was really weird. It was Kelly was white knighting for me or something in tweets. But anyways, I have apologized to truly awful people in the past. If he knows he's done wrong, and we both know, He wouldn't give a straight answer because he does. He should apologize whether you ask him to or not. I listed my things as an example. You should take your evidence to the proper authorities. He kind of said if I asked for one, he would give it. I don't feel I need one. However, if it turns out that he isn't, then I would accuse him of lying to me, and then he could proceed with an apology. But he has not been proven not to actually be legally blind. To you, he has. To me, he has not. This is fine. If you are confident, you should take your findings to proper authorities. You know he is lying, though, because as I explained, somebody with legal blindness can't read computer screen without zooming in. This isn't arguable any more than Phil's ability to read tiny print on the back of a modem. This isn't something arguable or subjective. Phil is lying to you about his fake disease. Not really. I know there are different aids one can use. So your claim to me doesn't have the full picture. However, I don't want to get too sidetracked here since we have already been over the same things and no new evidence has surfaced for me at least. I am just saying, if you are confident, take all your evidence to the proper authority. I see no reason why you wouldn't, since, as you stated before, you have nothing to lose. Let me be perfectly clear, even with aids, Phil would not be able to see the screen at regular print size and see the screen. Also, evidence presented isn't not evidence because it proves you wrong. In fact, main event, you are lecturing me about my responsibility to report crime. Since you also have all this intel in front of you, you should report it, or else you are nothing more than a hypocrite. So then you will be contacting the proper authorities then? I await their investigation. And no, we are on opposite sides on the issue. I would report it if to me there was a crime. I am not confident in your evidence. You are, though. You can't have opposite sides of an issue that is cut and dry case. It already has been proven that by Phil himself no less, that he isn't legally blind. The mood isn't made of cheese because you think it is.
Hold on. Let me make a note for the audience out there.
Sure.
This is coming from a guy that's never worked a job in his life, never paid taxes, never contributed to society besides anything but his autism and Gamergate. That's his fucking claim to fame out of the 28 years on this earth, and he's trying to lecture somebody about being on government assistance when all he's ever done was sat on his ass at his mom or sister's house and never fucking worked, tried to get a job, never went to college, didn't do shit. And he has all that, but he has a whole house worth of room to talk. Moving on, go ahead.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Where are these tits, Fox?
Well, they are out, but they're off screen right now. You don't get them.
They need to be properly out, and you need to give them.
They are properly out right
Just
now.
yell and go, oh yes,
Oh yes.
just because.
They are out right now because I need to take a shower before I put a new shirt on.
Another thing to note is that Twilight has actually had a few jobs and has applied at places before and stuff. So, anyways, it's cut and dry to you, not to me. If you wish to comment further, you can address me in my last tweet. I don't want to talk about the same topics in multiplication, but my tweet is the last one in that line. If you are confident in your evidence, then report it to the proper authorities. This feels this way to me. Facts don't care about your feelings. Why are you standing by a proven lie? It's not proven to me. If you have further evidence, tweet me publicly about it. If it is to you, then contact the proper authorities. It's not proven to me. So you're saying you can pick and choose the facts, huh? Isn't that what SJWs do? I didn't pick and choose. I'm going off all my facts. My facts. I don't think you know what a fact is. There are not your facts and my facts. There are facts, including Phil can read small print. I use what you have presented, what I know of the disability, what others with the disability have said. When you have more or new evidence, you can let me know. But for now, you can take what you got and contact the proper authorities. If not, I don't think you're very convinced in your own evidence. That's fucking disingenuous of you to say. I don't need to be convinced of the fact that you and I have both observed Phil read just fine. We both know he isn't legally blind. How we feel about this is irrelevant, and what future action we take is also irrelevant. So your goal was to make me mad. Congrats. You have made me rad.
Obstinate.
obstinate, lying cunts like yourself tend to have that effect on me. So when
He's
you're
starting to stomp and cry.
Don't
You need to
You're
make that an
projecting-
Aerith Radio shirt. Put his avatar on it. Put stomp and cry below it.
You can tell, like, it's from this point that he really starts to get
crying.
upset and mad about things. You are projecting. I disagree with you. You cannot tell me how I think. I have been honest with you. I don't think you believe in your own evidence. If you did, you would have reported it. You have not been honest with me. You can disagree with opinions, but you cannot disagree with facts. You are projecting. What a lazy and thoughtless insult. It used to be a means of calling out hypocrisy, but now it's a throwaway term for retards to use when they're hit with an insult that stings them with the truth. And also, you say, I can't tell you what to think, yet simultaneously say, I don't think you believe your own evidence. How is now that is hypocrisy right there. He doesn't know what hypocrisy is. Like, oh my God. I was like, LOL, sweetheart, that's not hypocrisy. I didn't tell you how to think. I said, I think. If you truly believe your evidence is 100%, without a doubt, you would contact the proper authorities.
Oh my God, I've just seen the scroll bar. Jesus Christ, kill me now.
No, like, you have to understand, this went on for days, okay? It took me
This
days.
went on for days and days and days and days.
Oh, fuck, man.
That's some good autism, boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So believing in something isn't thinking. Maybe you should stop being a retard when it comes to what words mean and how they're used. I am telling you point blank, Phil is not legally blind based on observations from each of your interactions and also the the blog post. How
By the way,
much does his belief
I just need to say,
yeah, go.
anyone that doesn't know why this fucking ramble went on in your DMs, was all because of you and Varlo earlier in the week that day, like earlier, like way earlier. He's done a show on Varlo's stream thing on his YouTube.
And then I made a video, and then
you made-
Kelly was super upset about my video.
One could almost say that John's upset because you made Varlo's dick harder than his mouth does. I don't.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, possibly. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
This whole thing is just weird. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
By the way, he contacted me first through DMs. If anyone's curious, he did contact me.
Did he
first.
show you his dick?
He tweet. No.
He wouldn't.
Did he
He
say,
doesn't
like,
have one
I've
to
showed you my
show.
dick. Answer me.
He tweeted at me first about it, and he contacted me in DMs first. All right. I was like, "What are you even on about? I didn't tell you how to think. I said what I thought. Oh my God. If you think your evidence is solid, call the proper authorities. Report it. I don't think you do because you keep dodging this. Because it's a deflection. If a man stabs a man in an alleyway, but this is unreported, is this a crime? You are dodging this so much. I am saying if a crime occurred, I'm not saying if a crime occurred or not. I'm saying if you really believe, you would be outraged, not want it to continue. But I think you aren't really that devoted to your evidence as you claim to be. I am questioning your conviction. So you admit it is a separate issue from Phil being a cunt, meaning it is a deflection from the actual issue, disingenuous. If you ask me, the reason you're hammering this is to get me to admit having made a phone call already. Why would I compromise a government investigation? LOL, you might want to stretch before you reach. It is related, seeing as it's still about him. You say you have evidence. You say you are confident it's 100%. Call the proper authorities and report the crime, Kelly. If you did, I await the investigation. LOL, you may want to stay on topic instead of coming back to this issue. Why are you standing by Phil in the first place? Explain this. I don't think you have any solid evidence. I don't make assumptions. I'm going off of what is said. I am on topic. Report it. We have been on the report it topic for quite some time. So there you go. I already reported it. Now what? So we'll see if he actually did. We'll call his bluff if any police show up at Twilight's house. Okay, then we shall see how the investigation goes. So basically, this was a big song and dance to waste time. Clap, clap, clap. So why are you defending Phil? You dragged it out, not me. Shrugs. Answer the question. I think it's pretty clear I already did. I do not think you have sufficient evidence. Which is a lie. As explained to you multiple times. He's really into calling people liars, like all the time. That's like his default. You're a liar. But more importantly, you defend Phil before this specific issue of conning came up. Try not to lie this one time and maybe we'll get somewhere. That's not a lie. Just because you call it a lie doesn't make it one. LOL. Defending him on what issues? You will have to be more specific. How is it not sufficient evidence? We've been over this before, by the way. But I want to go over it again to remind you how stupid you are being. And this is me laughing. Yeah, okay, I'm the one who looks stupid. I don't think you do. To me, you do not. That's it. That simple. And you haven't come forward with anything new. Being stupid isn't looking stupid. If a man can read small print, he isn't legally blind. We've proven he can read small print, therefore Phil isn't legally blind. Not sufficient evidence. People who are legally blind depending can read with eggs. I said they can't read small print, no exceptions. I'm not an absolutist. Also, I spend a lot of time learning about the condition and reading other people's experiences. And how long ago was that? Why would that matter? Because you're presenting yourself as some kind of authority based on what seemed like a couple of hours of research. And if one of those two people you spoke to was Phil, no, not an authority, I am no expert, but an explanation of why I have come to the conclusions I have and why I find your evidence lacking. I didn't say I spoke to people, I said I read people's accounts. Okay, so this is unfounded research to deflect from the truth and stand up for a lie. Why would you go through such mental gymnastics to defend Phil? LOL, it's not unfounded, explains my reasoning to you. Goddamn, you don't understand a thing, do you? Just on and on. Nothing new either. Same stuff. I asked for new evidence. You have none. Just same evidence. 2 hours research and a couple of antidotes hardly counts. And saying I don't have evidence when you keep denying what you witnessed in front of your eyes, well, I may need to teach you a lesson. So this is where he got threatening.
Oh,
And then
bad
he said,
boy.
teach me a lesson,
Bad
guys.
girl. He's gonna avenge
know.
over his
I'm-
fine. Teach you a lesson.
I know.
Big daddy, yeah.
I need to be taught a lesson. I need it, guys.
Yep.
Hey,
I
Everyone,
didn't-
please take that out of context right now.
hey.
Right,
know,
I
like,
am
this is
taking it out
so-
of context. It's just like I already did.
All right, look. Hey. Look. I'm looking in chat, and Phil's saying that he has a bunch of DMs from Kelly that are just as bad or even worse. So when you're done, I'm gonna let him in,
Oh, okay.
so he can actually share his too, so we can get this all out in one video versus me having to do like multiple parts.
And I have to say, the only reason this is actually going out is because of like later on, unless you've got past that bit. Because you can't.
Wait, what?
Is
think
he?
he got distracted by the
No,
cat.
he's just getting into you, threatening you and shit now, right?
Yeah,
so-
we're just
Yeah.
getting into the threats. So, because, he complained later, not in context, people trying to, then I had somebody in my comment section on my YouTube trying to spin it, and which was funny. That's either like a sock account or a fanboy or something, whatever. But, I did have other people want to see the whole like DMs or whatever as well. They were like laughing and they're like, oh man, I really want to see that too. So here we are. Okay, so this is not out of context. There you go. I didn't say you had nothing. I said it is lacking. Look at you assuming how much time I spent, just like you assume so many other things. Go on, teach me a lesson. I await with bated breath. You said it was lacking when he reads tiny print in front of you. How is that lacking when he does something a legally blind person is incapable of, you stupid cunt? Typo. LOL, because they can read with aid. It's almost as though you're being dishonest in your argumentation because you care to frustrate the opponent.
He does know, right, that on Windows and on the computers, there's like ability help
Accessibility
things.
settings, yeah.
Yeah,
Where you
and
can
then
Yeah.
make it huge.
Not
Yeah.
only do computers have things for it, there's also outside aids that he could use
Mhm.
to where he doesn't have to even zoom in. There are outside aids.
but the problem with that is that it also it makes the pixels bigger because it's better
Mhm.
if the computer does it because it's easier. It's
Yeah, it'd be
it's
easier
better.
then, but there
And it
are
can
there are
work.
outside
It
there are
can
outside
work,
aids and there are
and
inside
it
aids.
makes shit huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can, it does stuff, and it stops it being all
Mm-hmm.
pixelated
And
shit.
how bad his
So-
legal blindness is, it depends on how much aids he needs to use to be able to read. So that's another thing.
Look,
It's all varying.
let me make one point about this whole thing. The fact of the matter is, the whole argument boils down to John Kelly's pissed off that Phil doesn't have a job when he claims he's able to. Look at me. I'm able-bodied. I do have a bad back, but I never bring that up as an accommodation. I just deal with it on my own and don't tell anybody.
But
So,
the thing is, right? Kelly doesn't actually.
He doesn't work either. But I'm saying,
Yeah, but
my
I'm pretty
whole
sure he isn't legally blind or anything.
no,
so
he's not.
nobody
No,
knows
he's
that
not. He's
that's
just
red
fucking
autism.
lazy. So what I'm getting at, what I was gonna say was basically, I've been in the job market trying to find a job for the last 8 fucking months. I mean, I can't even get a call back from McDonald's, let alone Phil over there who would, try to get all these different jobs. But when it comes to like, do you need to have some kind of fucking accessibility or some kind of aid to do that job, and you put it on the application or whatever, a lot of
Why
people will
would you
just throw
choose
that
him
in the
over
trash
you?
even
This
faster.
is the thing. This is the thing, right? Why, if both of your CVs came in, right? Why would I choose an able person
Yeah.
over someone that's not as able? That's just
That
fucking retarded.
that's exactly. I mean, I'm not to knock him, but I'm saying that's how the employer thinks. So even if
There
he
are
did
jobs
do,
that legally blind people can't. Like, I would say a legally blind person could not do my job. What do? I cut fabric.
yeah,
No,
But
right?
not.
but
I don't just like. There's a lot of times where I have to like cut on the
I'm not even saying
line of that's like a small little line on fabric. That's
But man
like
could pack
part of the
boxes and
fabric.
lift things,
I
Right,
kind of
yeah, that's what I'm
wonder.
saying. But when you've got, like, say you've got a
depending on
person
how bad it
with
is. I should
AIDS
make
and
that
stuff,
point.
Yeah, it all
and someone that
depends
doesn't, then you're
on what
gonna
type of.
choose the person that doesn't, right? You're gonna
You're
choose the
And that's
exactly
able
right.
right.
You get more out of that as an employer. You can claim all
Exactly.
sorts of bullshit just for having a dude on there that's disabled, or
But
not able-bodied. I should, wherever it lies between that line,
Well,
you get
you've
loads
got
of
to
free
have.
shit.
Well,
Well,
it is
you
a
can
liability
sort
too,
of
because
as
his
well,
disability could cause
but
injury.
yeah,
But and then
Yeah.
you've got to have all the facilities for them. You've got to have
Mhm.
all the all that shit done. So
Yeah.
it's harder to employ
Yeah.
someone
Oh, it's
that's got it
absolutely.
than not.
Mm.
And it's probably
I found
if I
that
was
most
an
people.
employer, I would be like, okay, I've got one person that needs all that shit, and I've got another person that doesn't. I think I'll choose the person that doesn't.
I found that most people who are legally blind do some sort of computer work, like work with
Mhm.
computers or something, or they also are entrepreneurs. So there's like kind of that thing. That's what I found to be the biggest where they're working. Not to say that they don't work on other jobs, but that seems to be the biggest where they're working at computers. So kind of like officey type jobs and stuff.
Yeah, but this
Well,
is
you got
like
least liability there. Someone who's legally blind can still work a computer. They're designed for that purpose.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I find where they
However,
usually get jobs at.
most things are not designed for the nuclear level autism of a bad panda.
God damn
that
it.
is true. You'd probably employ him and then go off for fuck's sake, like after like a day or two.
Were I to employ Bad Panda, I'd probably shoot myself in the head. Like,
Nuclear
so what you're saying is you could pay
autism.
me earlier, but you won't. No, I'm saying it just doesn't happen, Panda. Just shut up. Conversation would go. I mean, honest to God, there are people, that are genuinely on the spectrum that are less autistic than this man.
Oh yeah, probably. I know some people that are autistic that are less.
I mean,
autistic
we're still on March 13th.
Oh God, I'll shut up. I will stay quiet until this is fucking. No, I won't. But I'll try to stay quiet until
Okay.
this is done.
He goes on. He's like, it's almost as though you're being dishonest in your argumentation because you only care to frustrate the opponent. I wonder what your bastard child would think of this. So this is when he starts bringing my child into it. Threatening me didn't work. So he's got to like bring children into the mix.
And this is basically why the DMs and shit got released, because fuck that. Because
Yeah.
you're a dick. You're a complete dick, man. You're threatening
You know what?
people. You're saying shit in DMs.
I know a couple of people's addresses. People talk to me about all sorts of things in DMs. I don't release crap.
I think the other thing to note is, I know Morn doesn't get involved in drama. I don't get involved in drama. But you drop someone's kids in, and no, fuck that noise. I was ready to get on a fucking C-17, go over there and kick the shit out of him.
Yeah, what a fanny. Like, just what a fanny.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck
Like,
that.
you never ever need to bring someone's children into an argument, ever, under any fucking circumstances.
Like,
So
I'm a complete fucking dickhead, but I wouldn't be doing that shit. So
No. There's just no need, ever, under any fucking it pisses me off.
Like,
it shows what absolute scum that
Yeah.
he actually is.
See, yeah, but this is the thing. Like, me and Mon can have an argument, and we do frequently, right? But he knows full well that is a button you just don't fucking push.
Yeah, but I don't think. I like annoying you a wee bit, but I don't go fucking like too far. I know when it gets to like like it's time.
No, but I'm saying, like, even still, even though you like pissing me off, and I'm cool with doing that. This is, not about pissing people off, but just, there are hot buttons you don't fucking push with anyone.
Yeah.
Never mind whether you're arguing with, you just don't.
Yeah, I like just pressing people's buttons for a wee bit, and then I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Can't argue with that. That's what we fucking do all day. But
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing in here. I've been pressing his button. He got mad earlier. I've been pressing his buttons. He's upset.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting. It just really pisses me off.
Yeah. No, it gets. He goes on with it too. Anyway, so like, I wonder what your bastard child would think of this. And no, they can't read with aid. That's being visually impaired, not legally blind. This is how you know this motherfucker has done zero research. Apparently, no legally blind people can read. None.
Have we considered that maybe he can't read?
Like, no, definitely. It depends. I think there's different parts of like
visually
blind,
impaired,
like
legally blind. No, they're synonyms though. They're the same fucking thing.
Legally blind.
No, but there's different.
Yeah, there's different kinds of visual impairments, and there's different levels of it. So some
still be
people are
legally
more
blind and still sort of.
you can still be a lot of people who are legally blind, and in that category of legal blindness can read and do read. So that's a ridiculous statement. That's absolutely ridiculous. You don't know anything about legal blindness, do you? Go research it. You sound fucking retarded. And you're defending a lie knowingly. So because you can't admit it being wrong, it's not a lie. They can read with aid. My projection. No, because that's being visually impaired. If that were the case, everyone with glasses would be legally blind. What the fuck is this logic? Sorry, what is this?
See, that was my point. To be legally blind, you have to be visually impaired. There has to be something wrong with your sight.
Yeah,
and it's not just glasses. It's more than that.
Yeah, to qualify for legal blindness, you have to have a vision of 20 to 100 or worse. There you go. That's the qualification. This is why something bad must befall you. You won't learn unless misfortune comes your way. And I was like, you sound dumb. So he's still kind of threatening here. I need to have misfortune come my way.
Like, does that mean he's going to just masturbate on you? Because that's pretty misfortunate.
I don't know. That would be one of the worst things you could do at this point.
I mean, to be fair, the 10 seconds it would take to be done and the 15 minutes of
Guys,
cleaning, it'd be fine.
Guys, chat's saying that the
They can't hear
audio's
us.
fucked. Yeah, because
I assume the
I don't know what's going on with the fucking audio. I just like shit the bed on OBS though. And it's like took a massive shit on OBS, and I've been trying to fix it. Look-
material to shit on Bad Panda, and this is how you repay me.
Well, it could hear most of it. Hold on, I'll restart the stream.
Yeah.
There, now we're back live. Maybe it should work better.
don't know, maybe.
Right. I'm gonna wait for the chat to say that they can hear us.
I got desktop boost on fucking 3 right now.
Okay, can
Right,
chat hear us
Apparently
now?
Nick can hear us now.
that's good then. If it works, Fox, why are you using? I don't know.
Because he's a faggot.
Okay.
Well, it's just I don't know why you just didn't use fucking Google Hangouts and just
'Cause-
use that to do it instead.
Cause I figured that Google.
I'll back up just a little bit so we can talk about this.
No one can hear yet.
Can they hear now again?
I don't think they can, cause my OBS is just like, what the fuck? This makes no sense.
Right, fuck it.
Fox is
Okay,
getting
no, someone else host, someone who has used a computer before, please.
Yo,
I
Fox,
can do it right now.
use one. Yeah, Fox, use one of the quick hangouts, man.
All right, I'm setting it up. Quick Hangouts never works for the morning show though. It always like just shits to bed.
Don't fuck with me, Fox.
This shits to bed too though.
Fox, if you can't do it, I'll fucking do it.
I could have done this in seconds.
So could have I. So could have I. Easy.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking the cat turns up late. You shit the bed with the audio. No one hears my ace fucking zingers on fucking Bad Panda. It's bullshit, man.
Fix your shit, Fox.
Hold on.
Fox, fix your shit.
I don't know what the fuck happened to OBS, but I'm gonna have to probably just like give them a stern talking to about that.
What you need to do is get your tits
I
out.
love it. Yeah, actually, show everyone your tits, man.
And that will be worth it.
Just wobble your tits while you fix your shit, Fox.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking chuckle at me, you little shit.
There you go.
Always.
There you go. We're going to a different hangout.